Hey guys, it's Sarah from MasterChef, and with the help of Australian Pork, I've got a cracker of a recipe for you. We're gonna do Cantonese-style salt and pepper spare ribs. I've got these beautiful Australian pork spare ribs here, and the best part of this is they go so crispy and tender, and you can just pick up the bone and eat right off it. So let's get started. In a separate bowl, I'm just gonna add in a few ribs. I'm just gonna show you a quick marinade for these beautiful ribs. Oh, they look so good. All right. So to this bowl of ribs, I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons worth of Chinese cooking wine. And this imparts a really complex flavor to it. It's really nice and sweet, and it just adds body. I'm also going to add 2 tablespoons of brown sugar. All right. And then I'm going to slice up some ginger, and I'm just going to slice it really simply. Doesn't have to be too thin or too thick. About 4 slices is good enough. And I'm just going to add that to the ribs. So now we use our hands and we just make sure everything's mixed nicely, and all that wine and that beautiful brown sugar and those ginger gets around those ribs. All right, beautiful. You can smell, it's smelling so great already. So all I've done is grabbed a full rack of pork ribs, and I've just cut between each rib bone. So you get these really beautiful kind of riblets. It's delicious, and it's a great way. It's a great party food. All right, so let's marinate that for about 20 minutes, and we'll then start deep frying. So while our ribs are marinating, I'm actually gonna fry off some salt and cracked black pepper. And that adds this wonderful toasted taste to the salt and pepper, and it just brings out the flavor a little bit more. But to be honest, it's not that necessary. I don't really do that at home, but I think it'd be cool here. All right, so I've got a pan on about medium heat, and I'm just gonna add salt flakes to that. You could use rock salt if you want. We're just gonna crush it up in a mortar and pestle later. Some coarsely ground black pepper, and all I'm gonna do, using a wooden spoon, just move it around a little bit. It's in a dry pan, okay? It's really important that you don't add oil to the pan, because what you want to do is actually toast the salt and toast the cracked pepper. So this will take about 5 to 6 minutes. While that's toasting, why don't we get on to doing our garnish? So I'm gonna finely slice a long red chilli. They're not hot. Again, adjust the heat for your liking. All right, and then we've got some coriander, fresh coriander leaf here, and that'll go beautifully with those ribs. Just gonna set them aside. Now give our salt a little stir. I'm really starting to smell that black pepper. It's really coming through now, and it's beautiful. Okay, our salt and pepper has been toasting for about 5 minutes, so let's turn off the heat on that. Our ribs have marinated for 20 minutes. I'm just going to remove the large pieces of ginger. I don't really want to eat those. All right, so let's remove that. So then I'm going to add in a few tablespoons of that toasted salt and black pepper. Just like that. Straight in. Great. And then a couple tablespoons of just all-purpose plain flour. Now, time to get your hands dirty again. Just toss it to coat every rib evenly and generously. You'll see that the liquid's actually making the flour go into a bit of a batter, and that's exactly what we want. If you're feeling like the ribs are a little bit too wet, just add in another tablespoon of flour. If it's too dry, add in a dash of water, or even a dash of that cooking wine again. Great. That salt and pepper is so aromatic, it's beautiful. All right. Let's give our hands a quick wash and we'll start frying. Okay guys, it's time to start frying these salt and pepper spare ribs. And I've got a pot on about a medium-high heat. We're looking for about a 170 degrees Celsius temperature. But One really easy way to check whether your oil's hot enough at home is if you get a wooden skewer or a chopstick and you just dip it straight into the oil, right down to the base, and you can see the oil is bubbling around that wooden stick. That means your oil's hot enough to start deep frying. This looks perfect. All right, guys, let's start putting the ribs straight into the hot oil. Be very careful. Just putting them in one by one. Oh, that's a good sound. So don't overcrowd the pot or the wok or the saucepan that you're using. Just want to make sure that you fit enough in there. Probably go one more. Great. So leave it in there for about 2 to 3 minutes to get nice and kind of brown. We'll take them out, drain them, and then refry them a second time for that extra crispiness. Now, just to make sure your ribs aren't sticking together or to the bottom of the pan, just give it a quick jiggle about, just kind of stir the pot a little bit. Oh, they're looking fantastic. All that batter is getting golden. That meat's going to be tender. This is such an easy recipe, and it's great party food at home. All right, remember just to keep giving it a little bit of movement. You don't want them to stick to each other, and you want to make sure that they're getting cooked evenly. This is beautiful. You can already smell that beautiful salt and pepper. Okay, guys, let's take out the ribs and drain them on some kitchen paper. All right. Oh, they are looking delicious already. Okay, set these aside for a second. Now let's increase the temperature of our oil. So set it to a high heat on the stove. You're looking for about 190. Give it about 60 seconds just to heat up. These look incredible. I'm already tempted to just dive in. I gotta wait. Okay guys, the oil is at a higher temperature now. We're gonna return the ribs to the oil and fry for a further 1 to 2 minutes. So be very careful placing them back in. See, they're bubbling away already. Give them 1 to 2 minutes in there and it'll come up beautifully crispy, beautifully tender. Just give it another stir so that they're not sticking next to each other. And oh, they're going even darker and more moorish, and oh, this is so good. Yes. Okay, fantastic. Let's get the ribs out. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Who could resist that? All right, let's get these out and drain them on the kitchen paper again. Oh my goodness. So remember, if you want to fry more, just do them in small batches. It's easier to handle and it's a lot safer. So while that's resting, let's get everything in place. I've got a bowl of steamed rice to go with because you have to have rice with this. This is incredible. This is a full meal here. All right, how easy was this recipe, guys? All right, so let's stack these on the board. Beautiful. Oh my goodness. Come on, who would be unhappy with this? And let's just garnish with some fresh chilli. All on that board. Beautiful. Some fresh coriander. I'm just going to tear it up roughly. Oh, that coriander smells so fresh. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. And there you have it, guys. My salt and pepper Australian pork ribs. My goodness. Oh, that is a thing of beauty. And you know what? This is the authentic rib experience. You can literally just, oh, look at that. Pick up a rib and just, oh, straight into it. Oh, that's heaven. That is so, so good. You have to try this recipe with Australian pork ribs. Delicious.